I thought I'd do a waffle this morning, not anything in particular, but just to say hello. We had a call, unexpected call yesterday afternoon from our grandson who lives in Melbourne, and he'd been up to Sydney and he'd just driven for the first time from Melbourne to Sydney, and he was on his way back and said could he come in for a break. So of course we were thrilled and delighted because we don't often see him anymore. They're all growing up and they've got their own lives. Anyway, he arrived, he did ring at one stage and it was dark, and he said he was going to have a stop off on the side of the road because he was really tired. And the time went past and the time went past, and of course it was pretty dark. So I kept sending texts and saying, just watch out for kangaroos because they do see them on the main highway and they can cause an awful accident if suddenly there's this big kangaroo in front of you. Anyway, he eventually came and it was lovely, and I happened to cook a dinner that was going to last for a couple of days. Well, it didn't last for a couple of days. It was all used last night and that was lovely. But so nice when something unexpected happens. It really is. It just gives you a bit of a lift if you are a little bit down, I think. So then he said he had a big day and he'd be up early, and he wasn't, but we had breakfast together, and he chatted away to me and told me, well, last night he told us all about what he's doing with his company that he's formed with a friend. It's really, I think I'm right in saying it's special merchandise for skateboarders. And the name is based on his aunt who died last year, who actually gave him confidence to do what he wanted to do. They'd spent many hours together in the months before she died because she was in England and he went over, along with his mum and his older brother. So it's lovely to see him being so inspired and creating these beautiful shirts and skateboards that they're going to be selling too. So that was a real treat. And then having breakfast with him this morning was lovely as well. And today, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing, I don't think. I'm looking at my roses that are all coming out. I'm looking now at a yellow one that we had at the farm when we were there. It was from a very old bush, and I took cuttings from it there, and I took them everywhere we went after that until I lost it. And then a friend of my daughter's was able to take a cutting for me, so now I've got it. And it was the first, just one bright yellow rose came out. I'm really not sure what it is. And then the next one that's got loads of flowers is Pope John Paul, which is a white one. Not one I would have chosen for myself, but when we came here I asked the kids, my grown-up kids, suggestions about what roses to plant, and one of my boys suggested that I had the Pope John Paul. Well, it's the best rose. It's profuse, they last well in vases, and it's got a lovely scent. So it's a win-win altogether. And another one of my real favourites is the Jude the Obscure, and I think it's a David Austin rose, but it's a lovely apricot-y rose, and I just love it. And the scent from it is really fabulous. It's the best scent, I think, of any in the garden. And yesterday afternoon, a neighbour arrived with a bunch of lovely flowers, including Double Delight, which is another one of my favourites that lasts for ages in a vase and that has a wonderful scent. So that's my rose story this morning. There are more coming out. That's really nice as well. And what else can I talk about? Probably not a lot, but I'm so enjoying all your comments again. They're just wonderful, and I feel as though now I've got friends all over the world. And that's pretty exciting as the numbers creep up, and although I don't want to focus on how many, I want to focus on what I can say with my poetry and with my chats rather than how many, but it certainly validates that I'm doing something that people are enjoying. So I think that's enough for today. It was just a waffle, and it was just a waffle. All right. have a great day or a great night wherever you are in all over the world. And I love you all, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Take care.